culturally, we're conditioned to be consumers. Education-wise, we're conditioned to be, we're taught to be employees. And so if you want to succeed at a high level in the real estate business, or in any business for that matter, if your intent is to succeed, if your intent is to show up, is to perform above average, or in our case, what we seek for is to provide an extraordinary experience to the consumer, that's not going to happen by accident. And the time to train yourself and the time to get clear about who you are and how you show up is not in the instances where everything is falling apart, right? How many of us have had deals where the deal is just completely falling apart, the negotiations are going sour, right? It's very easy. We're facing that, and we're also facing, is it an extraordinarily competitive environment? What are you noticing rises to the surface, not amongst you guys, but amongst our competitors? What are you noticing that's rising to the surface as we face an incredibly competitive market, very little inventory, and in both markets, both the Spokane and the Coeur d'Alene market, the average is about, for every home that's sold, there's 6 real estate agents every month, right? So what are you guys starting to see arise in terms of personalities, dispositions? A lot of ugliness, right? That's what's truly inside will arise in stressful situations. And so the way to counter that is truly, in the mastery course, we did the daily gratitudes. We did the having an accountability partner where you actually share what your outlook is, what your outcomes are, and then really train and condition yourself to look for what is there out there to be grateful for. There's a lot of, the news media is on fire right now, literally. Think about for a moment, how do the news organizations make money? Advertising. Eyeballs. What dictates the cost of displaying ads to those eyeballs? Number of viewers. So in whose best interest is it to really inflame political stories, market stories, health stories, violence stories, war stories? In whose best interest is it? The media. So look, you'll hear us talk all the time. You want to have an average life? The average American carries nearly $30,000 in debt, credit card debt. The average American facing a $1,000 unexpected bill, 85% of Americans that would be financially devastating for. This market, our economy, the United States, is about to really get shaken, even worse than we've seen so far, because so few people have actually conditioned, trained, or prepared themselves, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, or financially, for upheaval. We've not done that. The majority of Americans just coast. Now, how does that relate to real estate? What's the single greatest thing that stops people in their tracks when they're in the process of buying a home or even thinking about selling a home? The single thing. Fear. Another word for fear? Listen for, in the media, how much they're talking about uncertainty as it relates to having an impact on the stock market. Uncertainty, uncertainty, uncertainty. What's the opportunity for you as the local economist of choice, as the local real estate market expert? What's the opportunity right now for you? Well, certainly you want to be, she said certainty. You want to be the one that's actually bringing certainty into the market.